Oh. Oh.
Because they kind of did. Welcome back, everybody, to the Problematic Podcast. I'm your problematic, friendly neighborhood co-host, Rita, with my favorite problematic co-host, Whitney.
Hi.
Whitney,
Hi.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am all right. Life is treating me okay. I have not too many complaints. I will say this, y'all sure didn't wait for March to warm up before y'all started y'all shenanigans. I guess soon as Black
Savior
History
God.
Month rolled out, y'all said we are here to show out and cut the fuck up. And
We got
I
cut
am
up for Women's History Month. That's fine.
just showing y'all's asses and
Mm-hmm.
in highfalutin fashion. Whitney, before we get into the foolishness that is the world, because it's on fire and falling apart.
On fire.
I don't know what's happening. Would you like to share with us what you've been listening to and or reading?
That Wiz album, child.
Okay, I'm here for
That just, oh, God. When I think of home, I think of a place
it.
where there's love overflowing. And when I tell you, I cry I don't know what it is about those first words and like what they mean to me. By the end of by the end of the song,
Diana
I
held
am
nothing
rocking
back.
back and forth, just
I,
sobbing.
I'm here
He gets
for.
home and I just die.
I am here for that energy. I am on my hunt to find the Wiz original cast Broadway recording. So please know that I will be making a very public announcement. Oh, you got the red cup out. Okay, red cup.
Ginger
Okay.
ale.
Is it ginger ale? Are we
It
sure?
is. I meant to tell you. I
Uh-oh.
this week I discovered that I'm getting older and I can't be
Oh,
eating all the spicy foods that I be eating.
not without the heartburn.
No, no, not without tummy troubles. My stomach said, girl, I am 39 years old.
And I need you
Girl,
to act accordingly.
okay, like, don't do this. Whatever this is, with all
Knock it
this
off.
extra caliente in here, don't bring that in my house. Don't bring the caliente in my house. She said she's protecting her peace. My stomach is protecting her peace.
I felt it.
So I've been nursing on ginger ale and ginger soda. I'm not soda, Jesus. Ginger ale and ginger tea.
Okay. All
Um,
right.
yes, I feel much better, but
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, we are not spring chickens as every day the world
Mm-mm.
reminds me.
Our chicken is getting seasoned.
I've learned that the kids are now calling each other turkeys. And
Wait,
I was
what?
like,
Why?
I don't know. It's just like new kid
Like
lingo. So
jive
I'm like,
turkey?
not well, it's same premise, same definition, but they leave the jive off and just call each other turkey. It
Oh,
means
I have to say jive. I
oh
got to just to make them
listen,
upset.
just to keep it old and keep it age
Keep it
appropriate.
old.
But
You jive
yeah,
turkeys.
I have learned the new kid lingo for the week is a turkey, and they call each other turkey. And I was like, this is some old new shit
Old and
going on
new.
right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I-
Yeah, because I just saw the kids, the girls and the gays are obsessing over vintage guest bags. You remember the
yes,
big gaudy ones with
yes,
all of the
yes,
and they're selling them for a lot of money
yes,
on the
they are.
resales. And
Wait,
I'm like,
I said guess is spinning the block because my 13-year-old just requested a Guess bomber jacket and
no,
we had to go to Macy's to get it. So
no,
yeah.
Macy's.
Macy's is where he went and spotted it and was like, I want this one. I said, oh, okay.
Well,
I gotta share this real quick before I share the song that I've been listening to on repeat. I have a love-hate relationship with these kids
children,
because I feel that the kids are not original. And everybody
they
said
aren't.
we weren't original, and that's fine.
We
I,
weren't.
I I will embrace the fact that every generation borrows from the next.
Yeah, that's
But
what you're
what
supposed to do.
you childish, broke, unemployed
Oh, Jesus,
scallywags
Savior.
did to the price of New Balances ought to
Uh,
be criminalized.
y'all can have those Nazi sneakers for all I
I
care.
I don't I listen. If I
Y'all can
wanted them, I
have them.
can't have them because they're not on the shelves because y'all buying them all. And when they are on the shelves, they $220. These are
What?
supposed to be $75
Tennis shoes?
shoes. Yes.
Tennis,
Tennis shoes. Gym shoes, as my father from the
gym
Midwest calls
shoes.
them. So you raggedy. Why are the clearance New Balances 125? This
There's
is
nothing
not
clearance about
clearance.
$125.
I hate these kids, man, and what
No,
they
blame
do.
blame capitalism. Blame the prices going up. Don't
Yeah.
blame the babies. It's
No,
not
I'm
their
blaming
fault.
I'm blaming the babies because if
They
y'all not
saw
had
us. They saw what we
new
were wearing back when
New
we were their age.
Balances are for middle-aged people. They've always been the go-to comfort shoe for middle-aged people. As soon as you
All right.
12-year-olds started wearing them, then the
All
price
right.
went up.
Y'all
And I
made her.
hate y'all.
Y'all made her mad. Y'all
We
done
yeah, I
made Rita
just
mad.
I don't like it and I'm trying to get over it. But yes, the price of Guess bags are spinning.
I couldn't believe it. Like the girls are going to the thrift stores, and I'm talking about like the ones with the big G's on it
Hmm.
and the patent leather crocodile, such such. And I
Hmm.
remember feeling like that was so gauche, just like
Yes.
never, not in my African American home. Like we would never purchase
In their
these
African
babies,
American homes.
and not so African
And
American
not so,
homes.
listen,
They love it. They love it. They're making whole TikToks, and the
the
TikToks are getting the likes. And I'm just sitting here with my arms folded, like
will I be damned and old.
I still don't want one.
It
I
ain't for
don't want
you.
one. But
I've
I'm not mad at y'all for getting it.
everything that I see kids doing. Another thing before I get into my song. And we're not kicking the backs end of the children, but these are
No, we
just
love them. Are you kidding?
my auntie observations. I see that the mom jeans are back. Listen, I support mom jeans. I hate the term mom jeans, but I support the style is coming back. But I just
Mhm.
want to tell all you Gen Zs and Gen Alphas, I think that it is quite a shame that y'all are wasting y'all best physique, your best metabolism. This is the only time your body's gonna look like this without you
Please,
working
y'all.
for it, and y'all are wasting it
Please.
in mom
If
jeans.
you don't have to wear a mom jean, don't wear a
Don't
mom
wear a
jean.
mama jean. I'm telling you from experience,
Don't do
this
it.
is the best your body will be with the low effort that you are putting in.
I wish
Everything
somebody
else,
had told me too.
everything else is going to take work, and y'all are wasting the good apparel wearing
I mean, wear
mother
what you want,
jeans. I mean,
but
where would you want? But
but
just know, one day you're gonna you're gonna
regret.
wish
There will
that
be
you had.
regrets.
There will be regrets. The
Hmm.
regrets will be
Hmm.
had. Yeah, I'm done being an old auntie. I've been listening to Sir. I am a fan of Sir. He
Alexa,
makes good, inappropriate
very
adult
good inappropriate music.
music, and he
Hmm.
has a song, John Redcorn, that is really near and dear to my heart. And it's basically about unrequited love, like most of his songs are. It's either
Ooh.
him singing about unrequited love or being a fuckboy or weed. That's like his whole thing, but he does
I
it with the
mean,
smoothest of vocals and
absolutely.
the best of lyricism. If you are not a Sir fan, do yourself two
Get yourself on,
favors.
sir.
And I mean, he has quite the collection of music. He drops either an album or an EP every year. I would highly encourage you people, if you want to
You
start with a
people.
project, you people, if you're looking for new R&B music and you like the Lucky Days and the Brent Fayez, who is also very problematic. That boy sings the sweetest fuckeries that you're ever going to hear.
Truly fuckery.
A great place to start is Sir's Chasing Summer song. Chasing Summer project came out in 2019. You can work your way around there, but it's really, really good. Please check it out because, if I like it, I think you guys will like it.
And you'll like it. Rita has rarely steered me wrong with music that I
Oh,
wouldn't like.
oh, you're so kind.
The recommendations are real.
You say the nicest things.
I don't mean it in a nice way. I mean it in a factual way.
Thank you, friend. I that
I
that
wouldn't
is
lie
a
to the people.
that is a high compliment coming from you.
Hmm.
Well, I don't want to
Do
waste
do we
more time.
have to?
We don't have to.
Do we have to?
We'll keep it quick.
Let me see your list.
Okay.
Let me
So
pull it up.
Beyonce is being accused of theft. Apparently, her Cecred hair care line, which has become very popular with the girls, is being accused of stealing.
I did not see this.
Yeah. I want to make sure I got the
Hold
story
on.
right.
Hold on.
They're saying that the design and bottling and branding of her hair care line, Cecred, copies a New Zealand line. Not the actual products, but essentially how it's branded with the white bottles and the type font of the letters. And I,
Wait a minute.
yes, they're saying
Wait a minute.
folks on TikTok are already calling out Beyonce, claiming that she stole her entire concept from the New Zealand brand look. And I guess it's the brand that she's being accused of stealing from is Twig, TWYG. And I'm pulling this from Media Takeout. I know, not a reputable source,
I
but
saw it on the route, but
it's where I saw it first.
I need to
Um,
see photos.
so I'm looking at the photos, the
Oh,
Twig
come on.
okay. Okay.
Oh, come on.
Well, the reason why I went to the Media Takeout article is because the Media Takeout article actually shows the Twig brand, the New Zealand brand. It does not use the same colors. Their Twig brand is branded in
It's
orange.
orange.
It's bright orange.
It's
Like,
bright orange. It's not even like, and there's like different stat.
listen,
Okay, girl.
I decided to put this on our list of things to talk about because it just goes to show the reach and the lengths that people will go to for 15 minutes of attention and or the potential for a lawsuit.
It's not,
I don't see the parallel. I'm struggling and
it's
I
not
try to
even,
be fair.
you do.
I
You
try
do try to be fair. I try to be factual, but you try to be fair.
I try to be fair, but I'm
Let me-
looking at this Cecred I'm looking at Cecred and I'm looking at Twig and I'm not
It's not
seeing
even like the same texture.
it's
They're
not.
not even like the same. This is a reach at best, and at worst, it's an attempt to like just grab some attention. I'm
Yes.
surprised that media is even giving this any attention. Like this, it's not even close.
It's not close. And
No.
a friend of mine and I were having brunch the other day, and we were both talking about how in 2024, the best way to get attention isn't always the most positive way to get attention. And
No,
sometimes it's, a frivolous lawsuit and mentioning your brand next to Beyonce's brand may be the way Twig decides to get their name out there.
oh, so Twig said this.
Yes, Twig said this.
Oh,
They're
Twig. I thought this
yes.
lady had said this.
No, 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 no,
Oh,
no. Twig, the
y'all about to get
actual
embarrassed. Embarrassed.
skincare product um is accusing Beyonce and her brand of copying their skincare line and not the products again, but how the products are packaged,
They don't
meaning
even
the shape
look.
of the bottles,
No.
the type font on the bottles.
The font is completely different though.
It's
I'm looking at it.
the font is completely different.
The
And I
bottles don't even have that texture. I'm sorry,
they
y'all. I wish we had a Patreon so we could show you like the differences, but the differences are pretty glaring. It's like, okay, the most they can say is that they have these semicircles
yes,
stacked up.
shapes, the semi and and if you want to say that again,
No one else can have a semicircle.
you already know that the girls are going to find nine other brands that use semicircles in
Yeah,
their bottling.
yeah.
So I'm
This is a stretch.
struggling. It is a stretch, but
A
again,
big stretch.
I feel like in today's day and time, if I were a VP at Twig and I
Mm-mm.
saw an opportunity to say my
I wouldn't
product
do it.
name next to Beyonce's,
Nope.
I might be tempted. I
I
feel like
wouldn't.
this is a horrible way to go about it,
Because you
but
about to get like truly embarrassed. This is going to be really humiliating for you. You might go out of business.
it's not worth
It's not worth it. It's
going
not
up
worth
against
it.
the not the Cecred brand, but the Beyonce brand.
It would be different if it was a white bottle with that looked like a statue. Because hers, I'm sorry, in my brain, in my ADHD brain, those bottles look heavy. I feel like they're marble.
They make me think of Stonehenge.
Yes, they make me
The
think
way
of
they're
like
shaped.
yes, and I'm like, I feel like the bottle's heavy. I feel like I could like clobber somebody. Not
Yes.
clobber. What was the last time you heard clobber?
It's been a while.
Oh,
Gonna
like
be
where
honest with you.
clobber come from? What maybe? But these like, first of all, I don't mean to be mean, and
Be
I'm
mean.
not.
Do it.
No,
Do it.
I'm not trying to be a bully, but this is supposed to be luxury skincare, and there's nothing about these bottles that say luxury skincare.
Nothing. It
Nothing.
and this is no shade
Nothing.
to TJ Maxx because I love TJ Maxx, but it looks like your run-of-the-mill
Yeah.
department store surplus shop
I feel like
brand.
it would be like a cutesy pop girl decided to start a skincare line. And if it
Yes.
was bright pink, I'd be into it. Um, like now you just put yourself out there and the court of public opinion is not going to handle you kindly at all.
I at least hope for this brand because I feel like this is a marketing ploy. Not my favorite marketing ploy, but this is just a marketing ploy to not actually sue or seek damages, but to have the name recognition associated with something that's very popular right now. It is just my only hope that this Twig brand is as good as they think they are because I would hate for you to shine a light on your product and then you have a bunch of girlies on the TikTok talking about your product being trash because that's what comes next. That's
Yeah.
the comparing comes next. We know how the
Yeah.
internet works.
Yeah.
Oh,
And your
we're
skincare, she's hair care.
yeah,
The bottles aren't the same color. The font isn't the same color. This is going to end up being nothing but an embarrassment. And like, if it's a ploy to try to get attention, it's going to look like it. And you don't want if you're trying to get attention, the last thing you want it to do is to look like you're trying to
you're
get
trying to get
attention.
it.
And
Amen.
people are going to start distancing themselves from your product because all it reads is desperate pick me girl.
It come on, somebody.
That's what it
Okay.
reads.
I'm
That's
glad that I'm not the. So when I saw this, again, trying to be fair and objective, I was like, okay, well, let me see the bottles. And it took me a little while to find the bottles. And I was like, well, that's a stretch,
telling.
but also
Yeah.
a ploy because if I'm accusing somebody of looking like my product and I want to draw attention to my website and to my social media pages, I want them to look up my product and
Mm-hmm.
compare themselves.
Mm-hmm.
However, once I saw it, I said,
Mm-hmm.
okay, it's just enough, like you said with the semicircles, to make you want to know more. But then you look and it's like, okay, this feels like a reach.
Like not even
This,
a like, and that's being kind. It's like
yes.
there's so many differences. Like it'd be different if it was like I said, I already did this. But yeah, no. Twig, I am so sorry for your loss. You guys are about to have some not good times. And her album's getting ready to come out in a few weeks. Nah,
Yes.
you're not about to have
Yes.
no good times.
And I am
Mm-mm.
excited for this album. I was
I've
excited
never
for Renaissance.
yeehawed.
I,
I've never yeehawed, but I'm about to yee my first haw.
I'm
I've
ready.
never
The Beyonce
the yeehaws.
era, the Beyonce special is about to be epic. And I'm just excited that the girls have something new to lean into. I
I gotta go
feel
on
like
mute.
I'm sorry. No, don't go on mute. Don't leave me here. I love you. Come back. I am ready for Beyonce and I am ready for whatever this country album brings us. I'm just happy that the girls, and by the girls, I mean Beyonce's fandom and just any fandom, because I've seen Taylor Swift's the Swifties have been like support Beyonce, support Beyonce, support Beyonce, and I'm
Oh
like that's
goodness.
beautiful. Just having country music pushed to the forefront and being led by people who look like me is
Mm-hmm.
huge because I know that again, Beyonce is not the first African American country artist,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, but she has shined a light on those who've been in the space and have been doing
Mm-hmm.
the work and have been creating the art. And it
Mm-hmm.
just broadens another horizon for little black girls and little black boys who, were eccentric. I've been a teenager before. If you liked country music or if
Boo.
you liked indie rock, you were considered weird. And
Weird.
it or different or eccentric.
Weird.
It didn't necessarily always have a negative connotation, but you were othered in so many ways. And to see now that black kids, Hispanic kids, Asian kids, queer kids can they have more elbow room to stretch their aesthetic is really, really cool to me. And
Mm-hmm.
also, I look cute as hell in a cowboy hat. It really just works for this face. And I'm happy that I
It's
have an
gonna work.
excuse aside from Halloween to wear it. So looking forward to the album. Comes out in just over 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks. 3 weeks comes out on my wife's birthday. You let
She's
her
gonna have a
tell
good
it.
time.
You let her tell it. She's dropping the album for her. And that
I mean,
I get it. Because when Renaissance came out in Leo season, I was like, she did this for me.
for
She
you.
did this for us.
That
And
was for
everybody was
you.
like, no, it was so that we could learn the lyrics by Virgo season. I'm like, then she could have dropped it in Virgo season, but she didn't.
Right.
And that should tell you something.
Right.
So I get the energy. But yeah, this is a reach. And I know we talk about Beyonce a lot here, but
Quite a reach.
do we
Quite a reach.
do we want to dip into politics or do we just want to leave it alone?
I mean, we could dip, but we're gonna dip out.
Few things. George Santos, your husband
What in the hell?
actually.
How did he get in
He
there?
I got a message from Whitney's husband Earl during the State of the Union address that said George Santos is running for his congressional seat again after he was expelled
The
from
audacity.
Congress.
The audacity.
He showed up in cowboy boots and a pearl necklace to the State of the
Ooh.
Union.
Talk
And
about yeehaw.
I have been saying for a while that politics is becoming a long running and exhausting dad joke.
Not a dad joke.
It is. It's just dry. None of us get it. We want to support it, but it just makes our stomach hurt. We don't like it.
That
It's
makes me
in poor
sad.
taste and it's always poorly timed.
I like dad joke.
However, it's really embarrassing to see that a man could even, at this late stage, because we know the election is in November, even play in society's face by running for a seat that he was expelled from for corporate corruption and theft, and we don't even know his real name and a plethora of other things. That's my first tidbit. Tell Earl, thank you for ruining my night. That was
I'm
so
sorry.
unnecessary.
I would like to
But
apologize
Earl
for
and
that.
I both agreed that the people of New York, his former constituents, should be allowed to roll up on him and slap the shit out of him
I
at any given
mean,
point for playing in their face. Like there has to be some
I
sort of
mean,
punishment for playing with your constituents that way. What is the recourse that the people who voted for him, the people he served, should be able to slap the snot out of him when they catch him in Wegmans. That's just
mm-hmm,
me. I don't support
mm-hmm.
violence, but also if I see it, I'd be like, I kind of
I
understand a
mean,
little bit.
listen. You run up, get done up. I'm just saying, the man cut up and acted a fool, acted a whole ass fool. Like we don't do that anymore. We don't.
We
There's no
we
street justice anymore.
there needs to be street
And
justice.
New York, I feel like should have the most.
I, you don't steal and lie and make millions of dollars disappear or appear in your pocket and then disappear and then have
Mm-mm.
the audacity to say you're running for reelection after your colleagues and your constituents have decided that you don't deserve to be here. That's one. Uh Two, Nikki Haley is out of the race. We all saw that coming. Trump
Everybody
is
but
the
her.
Trump is the forerunner for the Republican Party, and the man has also got like 9 trials going on at this point, and this is the epitome of fuckery to me.
This season of America is ghetto AF. This is
It's,
the most
it's,
ghetto season of America
it's
I've
so,
ever
so
seen.
hard.
You got, I don't want to call him senile because he's not. He's sharp and he's hilarious.
But he's
When
old as fuck.
he it
Say it.
gives cantankerous granddad that you like
Yes.
love to like watch him get riled up and like
Yes.
get up and get ready to like come
Yes.
over and pop somebody. Do
It
you remember
is.
when him and Trump were arguing and one was like, I'll meet you in the back of the school. One was like, I'll meet you in the back of the barn. And I'm like,
Yes.
neither one of y'all knows where each other gonna be.
Y'all are old. You ever see old people fight? It's 3 swings and then everybody start falling in 4 acts. It's not good. It takes old
No,
people
I've never
so
seen old people fight.
fucking long to fall. It irks my. Will you just fall already? Why do you have to fall in 9 stages?
I mean, that's their business.
And no, it's not. It's not their business
How
when you're
they
running
choose
for
to vote.
president. Why do we get these nursing home ass candidates for presidents? Whitney,
We're not gonna start.
we're
Um,
not.
we're not gonna start. Yes, this season of America is very, very ghetto. You have the three-time baby daddy, like Rico, run like just thug
Felonies on felonies on
thuggery
felonies.
happening on one side, and you got the dude from Delaware on the other. It's so ghetto. It's
It's
just
so ghetto.
like white people. Y'all had no other ones. Like
No,
the other ones with good sense. Cause like that one, that Kennedy dude, even his own family were like, nah,
he's crazy.
yeah,
He's
he
not well.
did you see the commercial that he put out? The one that
Yes,
like had that vintage
yes,
writing.
he used his, okay. He used his uncle, JFK's old 60s presidential. So he took his uncle's presidential campaign commercial from the 60s and intertwined his own campaign into it. But
That's
he didn't run it by his family first. So his cousins and
oh,
his aunties
everybody
was
was
at
probably
home like,
pissed.
the
Pissed.
fuck would you do that for? Do you think that your uncle
You
John
know,
Kennedy would approve of this
you
shit
know
you said?
that Kennedy curse didn't hit the people that was supposed to curse
Let me tell you something because I have
because John and Bobby were fine. They could have stayed.
I've said this before and I'll say it until they put me in the ground. If my last name was Kennedy, I'd keep my rich ass out of politics and
Everywhere.
small planes.
Yeah, both
Y'all
of
need to
them.
stay out of politics and small planes.
Yeah, both of them.
It's just your
Both of them.
uncle runs for president. He wins. He is assassinated. Your daddy runs for president. He's winning the nomination and he is assassinated. Your uncle was shot out the sky. Your other uncle fell out the sky. The number of
Mm-mm.
the number
I
of
would
Kennedys
stay
who
rich.
have died under mysterious circumstances. I mean, Ted Kennedy lived a good, long life and had a great political career, but he never got to run for president because he killed a white woman in Chappaquiddick. I just feel
What?
like
I don't mean to laugh. No, I'm laughing at
he
the place
did.
that you
No,
named.
he did. He did. The movie Chappaquiddick.
Chappaquiddick?
The movie is called Chappaquiddick, but the incident is called Chappaquiddick. He was at a party with his people, like a campaign party with his people. And him and this girl, I believe her name was Mary Jo, snuck
No.
off. And it is believed that he
Oh
was having an
no.
affair with this woman. He
Oh
drove off
no.
a bridge
Oh
with the woman in the car. He gets out the car, swims away, and leaves the woman trapped in the car
no.
and
To
does
drown.
not report it. So she was alive in the car underwater for like 2 hours and then
That's the
she
curse. No, I'm
died.
just kidding.
I mean, he pretty much torpedoed his own career because he
Yeah.
killed a white woman in Chappaquiddick. They made a
Yeah.
whole movie about it. Girl, I was in the theater stunned. I said, oh my God, this family,
No, stunned.
stay away from politics and small planes.
Lord have mercy, Jesus.
I I just
I don't like politics.
Robert Kennedy Jr. is an anti-vaxxer. He supports climate control and climate change. He is one of the prolific advocates for climate change in America and across the world. He is also one of the weirdest and strangest anti
Oh,
vaxxers
weird.
that you're ever going to come across. So it's just like a weird mixed bag. He seems like a fairly intelligent guy with really weird ideals. But the Kennedy family don't even seem to support him because I feel like the Kennedys
No.
agree with me. Out of small planes and
Yeah,
out
just
of
stay
politics
rich and stay out of politics.
and change your last name.
Yeah, go ahead on.
But yeah, politics sucks. Like my dear friend said, it feels like this season of America is mucho ghetto. I don't like it.
Mucho,
I'm not feeling it.
mucho ghetto. Stay
Who
away.
who we want to cuss out?
Oh, girl. Um, I would cuss out Marjorie Taylor, but That lady is just the perfect mix of like banshee and raccoon that you just don't want. I
Right.
just,
A rabid possum in your yard.
okay. Following the State of the Union, a lady, I think her name was Katie Britt, white lady.
We'll write it properly in the episode notes.
I don't give a damn. That lady, they, she was the Republican response
Hmm.
to the president's address. And she came off more like a petulant suburbanite traditional wife, fussing at her
Karen.
kids, truly, fussing at her kids. Like this is what they put in front of us. This lady is sitting in a damn kitchen, in a damn in a damn kitchen. There's
In
nothing
her
subtle.
kitchen.
There's nothing subtle about what they're saying here. Nothing that they're saying. So fuck her. Who else? Fuck her and fuck them. No, because there was somebody else. Somebody else had gotten on my. Oh,
Oh boy.
um. So there was a judge down in Texas who ruled against a minority business agency, that was in their intention is to serve minority-run businesses. Why? Because minority businesses make up 21% of all businesses in the United States. That means there's a good chunk that ain't minority.
Hmm.
There's a good chunk that are white owned.
Hmm.
But a judge down in Texas said it's not fair for you to only help minority businesses. You got to help everybody. So a big middle finger to Mark T. Pittman of the United States District Court for the North District of Texas for, yeah, for doing that thing. Because I'm like, dude, what, wait, what, why? Like,
What are we doing here?
you already have the assholes who are attacking Black Girl Ventures,
Yes.
which this is a reminder that Black women get fraction, a fraction of the percentage of venture capital. And you mean to tell me it is somehow discriminatory to white people that we have things that are attempting to help the disparity? It's already that. You already have the assholes that are happily dismantling affirmative action and diversity, equity, inclusion offices left, right, and center. That racial reckoning ain't reckoned, but Black people peeped y'all. We knew y'all from the jump. I'm like, y'all are just doing this for the t-shirts and the black squares. And I hope you got whatever ego stroke you needed to get out. I hope you got it because sister and brethren and they then, if y'all, like, we peeped y'all, we clocked y'all from jump, we knew that y'all weren't going to be for real about this, and 4 freaking years later, after you marched in the streets with your mask and your pizza sign because we were ordering so much pizza during the
Oh
pandemic, but you
my
had to go
God.
march in the rally with all the blacks and pose for your little pictures. We clocked y'all from the jump. We said y'all are not real. We've been saying, we were like that lady on that plane, that motherfucker
It's
not real.
real. I hope she's having a good day.
I hope she is too. I hope whatever happened, she
She
got the
fixed
help
that.
she needed because whatever she was saying, she believed it. So let her be. Um, so we clocked y'all. Now they're going after efforts intended to bridge the overwhelming oceans wide gap that has been intentionally established and are essentially crying victim when they are literally the descendants of the perpetrators. The reason why we even have these massive gaps is because of all of the hateful legislation, the hateful practices, the hateful things that y'all did to us. To us. Let's not forget. Oh, hey, look at the I keep doing that. God damn it.
Fireworks.
It's the apple. It's the apple thing. You do any little thing, and it's just like all kinds of like foolishness like pops up. Anyway, it didn't
I
work that
love
time.
it.
Um, I say all that to say this. We clocked y'all from the jump. And if there's a white person listening to the show, hey, hello, welcome, hi. Take off your shoes at the door. We don't like shoes in our house.
We don't.
And if this part offends you, you need to do some research and discover why that is because intentionally going after organizations that are attempting to bridge a a oceans wide gap in in opportunities for businesses, opportunities for I hate the term minority, but non-white. There you go, because white people are always centered. Non-white organizations, that means Asian American, that means Native American, that means African American, that means um that means Latinx or Latina people, that means whoever, Arabic, whoever, everybody else, literally.
Everybody.
And if you want to attack that, that says more about you than that organization. Because there's so many other places you could go for help, but you have to attack the one place where you
One.
couldn't go. And they
One.
use the thing that pissed me off.
She's shaking her fist.
The thing that pissed me off is that they brought up Oprah and they said Oprah wouldn't apply to uh this agency. She's a billionaire. And I was like, you named one.
Name another African American woman billionaire. I'll wait. I'll
I,
wait.
I mean Rihanna, but we'll
I'll
talk about that later.
I'll wait. But look at the gap between those two.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, there we are a country of over 300 million and we have two, three women African
Possibly.
American billionaires.
Rihanna possible.
I mean, come on.
That's not even a good
And
spade tan.
Rihanna might not even count because she's Bayesian. So
Well,
I,
you're not wrong.
I'm just
You're not
saying. Give me
wrong. You're
another
not
one.
wrong.
I it's kind of sad to think about.
It
It's
is. It's
kind of
very, very
nasty.
frustrating. I keep saying it and I keep harping on it. I was like, they are not going to stop at affirmative action. They're
Nope.
not going to stop. Um, Already, I forget the state. But there is a bill in place to close down well, it's a bunch of schools. They want to close three schools in the state system, but three of those schools that are
Our
on the chopping block,
HBCUs.
they are.
I saw that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Can I gripe for 30 seconds
Take your
about that?
time.
I'm happy to see that the cast of A Different World is touring HBCUs and
Mm-hmm.
trying to boost the awareness and the acknowledgement around HBCUs. We as a community, and I mean African Americans, have to do more to boost the
Mm-hmm.
visibility of HBCUs because if we're not putting the money into it, we see no one else is going to do it. I've seen Bennett be rescued by its alumni.
Yep.
It's possible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy that there's been a major push and an initiative. I saw that Cricket has a commercial with HBC promoting HBCUs. I said,
Mm-hmm.
Cricket phones promoting HBCUs? That's a beautiful thing. But we need more because there have been there have been HBCUs in our own state, Pennsylvania, Cheney University,
Mm-hmm.
and Lincoln University that were under perpetual threat of closing because of a lack of funding and a lack of interest.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to see this turn around. I like the push, but we need to elevate it because it's getting scary and problematic. And there's a wealth of history in our HBCUs. And we know they produce the most doctors, they produce the most lawyers, they produce the most engineers. We cannot afford to lose that base. We
Right.
can't. That's my tidbit. Yeah, I saw that article and it really pissed me off. But we're going to take a quick break and come back and yell at some more people and read a very problematic story. You ready?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll be back in a second, guys. You know, we always love to hear from you at the Problematic Podcast. So if you have a problematic question or story, feel free to email us at theproblematicpod@gmail.com, or now you can text us at 267-225-4648. Again, that's 267-225-4648. Standard messaging rates apply. We love to hear from you. Now let's get into today's problematic letters. Right. I felt like I wanted to yell at somebody, but I don't. I'm
No.
no, I'm
Oh,
exhausted. I
I
feel.
got I got somebody, but
Let's hear it.
I want not to be gathered by the internet for doing this.
Oh boy.
Usher,
Oh no.
Usher the Raymond. Usher, Beyonce's only, her only peer, Usher. Usher, after that amazing Las Vegas residency, Usher, after this incredible, incredible Super Bowl show. Why are you over there in Bali with Russell Simmons? Usher, why? Why, Usher? Why? Do you know what that man is being charged with, Usher? You write songs for women that you love or that you want to love or that you want the action of love towards. You have a daughter, Usher Raymond. Do you know how Russell treats his daughters?
Not good. We've
Do you know
seen that.
do you know
That ain't an
how
accusation. That's not an allegedly.
no,
We
there's
saw it with our own
our own
eyes.
eyes. And thank goodness who was that? Aoki put him on mute because we could tell.
Yes.
We could
Yes.
tell. Like I'm not the best lip reader, but
She said, mm-mm, mm-mm.
mm-mm, mm-mm,
No,
mm-mm,
sir.
mm-mm. Not to my child, like my baby. Mm-mm. I don't even like talking like that to other people's kids. I'm not talking to mine
Right.
like that. You crazy? Um, why are you over there with him? Why are you over
Optics.
there with him? Taking pictures and Usher, you have ruined all of your little goodwill. All of it. All of your little goodwill. The only people who are standing by you are the same folks who were standing by R. Kelly. Like them folks,
Ugh.
the R. Kelly stands that they don't care that he's a rapist.
They don't care.
They
They
don't
know. They
care
know. And they're
and don't
not
care.
denying it. They're not saying, no, he didn't do that. They know. They just do not care.
They don't care. They don't care. Usher, I you could have just went to Bali.
You didn't have to take the pictures.
It's a whole no, I'm saying don't stay away from him. But I
Yes.
don't want you nowhere near him. But it's a whole ass country that you could have
Right.
gone to and relaxed and so there's so many other beautiful places as well in the world that you could have gone to. Russell said Russell,
Mm-hmm.
Russell,
Mm-hmm.
Russell,
Mm-hmm.
Aoki and Ming's daddy,
That one.
Russell.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's necessarily yelling or if I'm just like a disappointed like
It's
cousin.
disappointing. I saw the pictures of Usher with Russell Simmons, and I guess it felt particularly egregious to me because it's not as if, not to say that it would be okay, but what was the purpose behind it? You could have done yoga with any famous yogi. It's the fact
There's
that you
tons of them.
picked this particular yogi. You weren't there to have a conversation. You weren't there to promote a brand. You weren't there to do a show and you guys ran into each other. You literally went to this man's personal space to spend
Mm-mm,
time and do yoga with him
mm-mm,
and went as far as to capture it
mm-hmm,
in pictures and share it
mm-hmm,
to let everyone know who you align yourself with.
mm-hmm,
And I thought that that was very, very interesting.
mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it just felt icky to me. I
I'm
can't.
very icked.
It's yeah, I don't know what he was trying to do. You've already had your name associated with Diddy, and we understand
Which
that
is
you were
real
a
bad.
child when you were under the care and the advice of Diddy. But to have those rumors circulating and then to intentionally align yourself
Mm-hmm.
physically with another alleged predator is
Giving
very
complicit.
telling. Yeah,
It's giving complicit.
and willfully and woefully so, as if you are making a very conscious effort to
It's a
let people
statement.
know that the actions of these men will not deter you from spending time with them, from looking up to them, et cetera, et cetera. I think that's nasty, but
It is.
I'm not Usher, I'm not a celebrity, and I just have to be disappointed. Just another disappointed fan
I'm just
again.
I can't support I just
I
can't
can't.
support you. Like I went from being like, you know what? I need to dive back into my Usher bag to be like, nope, zip that bag up and put it back
No,
in storage.
gotta leave that
Mm-mm.
bag over there. I mean,
You got some.
again, it feels intentional. It feels like you're trying to communicate to your fans, um, near and far, that regardless of what these men are accused of, you are okay with aligning yourself with them. And that just feels completely unnecessary. Again, you weren't pushing a brand and you weren't there under the guise of work or some sort of financial obligation. Not to say that that would have made it right, but probably would have made it make a little more sense. It's you go and hang out with this gentleman and work out with him whenever you feel like it. Okay, these are the people you choose to associate yourself with. That's fine, I guess. I don't
No, it
know.
ain't. No, the hell it ain't. It ain't fine.
It's very
Uh,
weird.
People have a right to be disappointed in you, and sir, I want you like you have a daughter.
That don't
You
matter.
got a baby girl. Like, I'm gonna be quiet. Anyway, that's all I got. That's all I feel like. I feel like I ended this rant on like a very like sad note.
It's
But
all
I'm
right.
like, I'm really disappointed in Usher. I'm like, come on, like you had all this goodwill, all these people talking about you, all these streams, and you want it to end? Like,
Almost it feels like it.
was this intentional?
It feels
Because
like
like
it.
there's very few people on this earth that you could have been with that could have shut down the ship like that. So
Yeah, I don't know. It's very odd and very icky, but we can pivot. You ready
yeah.
to give a young lady a name for this story?
Hmm. Did we already do Jolene?
We did. We did Jolene.
Oh man. All right, Dolly.
Dolly. All right. Dolly wrote. My sister never really committed to my birthday plans because she was concerned about the cost of dinner and the Airbnb in New York City. I split the cost of the weekend 3 ways with my friends and cousin. But my sister decided to join us at the Airbnb in New York just to celebrate with me. She chose to spend the night with the group and has now offered to pay a portion of the cost. My friends and my cousin have brought it up more than once, which means it's a problem for them. Is it my responsibility to bring it up to my sister? My friends have known my sister for over 12 years.
Yes.
Please elaborate.
I was going to, but I would. It's your birthday. I know finances are wonky and things like that, but coming to crash the Airbnb because you're the sister of the birthday girl and then not offering anything, like you didn't offer a payment plan, like or like
Nothing.
even like I'm a cover breakfast, like nothing,
Nothing.
nothing. And
Nothing.
all the friends splitting it, and you came and it's not like you came and then you left,
Right.
you know. You
Came and
came and you
said
stayed
hello, dropped
like
off a
everybody else,
cupcake.
right? Like, or I'm gonna bring y'all breakfast in the morning,
Right.
right? Something cute like that. You, yeah, she needs to come up off some money for these people because that's not. Mm-mm. Plus, did she say that the friends covered her too?
No, she said she split it 3 ways.
Okay,
Yeah, she split.
okay, because I was
I
wondering if the
split the
friends
cost of the
covered.
weekend 3 ways with my cousins, with my friends and cousin.
Yeah, she need to come up off some money. I'm sorry. I don't know how a nicer way to say that. You know,
I don't.
I
I
don't
I don't think there is a nicer way to say it.
know. Like it's really tacky to be like, "Oh, I can't afford it," and then come anyway. Like that's really tacky.
So here's what I'm learning in my old age. People
Oh Lord.
ain't been raised right. I,
Ever.
and
Jesus.
it's I feel like I don't know the age of the people in this story or
Hmm.
the offending. I don't know the age of the
Offending.
offending sibling. However, I do know that if you can't afford to do something, the age old adage is if you ain't got no money, take your broke
Broke
ass
ass
home.
home. And that's
If
fine.
I don't think it's right to one, impose, and two, invite yourself, and three, overstay
No,
your welcome any place where
no,
you can't afford to be.
no.
I don't
Why would you
think
do
that a grown ass person should have to tell you that.
that? No, no.
I 100% agree with Whitney here that yes, it's your responsibility to bring it up to your sister
Yes,
because that's your sister and she
yes.
crashed your party. But I also find it very strange that you have to have this conversation with a grown person. That's, I think, the most disheartening part.
Mm.
It's my birthday, and you
Right.
made a what was supposed to be a fun weekend, a controversial weekend because you're
About
my
you.
sibling. About
About you.
you. About you. Why are we doing that, sis?
Why are we doing that? Why can't I just have my birthday? Why can't you be thinking about peace
What?
around my stuff?
I I just I feel like that's not a it's a conversation she needs to have with her sister, but it's a conversation that shouldn't need to be had with grown ass people.
It shouldn't need to be had. Like, if anything, think of ways that you could participate that are low cost.
Right.
Like I said, going to sing happy birthday and taking your ass home. Popping by the Airbnb in the morning and say, hey, y'all, did y'all have a good night? Like,
I brought
pop,
muffins.
yeah, good morning. How is everybody doing? Like, do you guys need stuff for the hangovers? Like, whatever. That there's all kinds of stuff you could have did. Like, be creative. When you're broke, you have to be creative. So you have to figure out a creative way. But like, I think that the thing that bothers me the most about the situation is that you now have to, it's exactly what you pointed out, Rita. You now have to police your own sibling to do the
Hmm.
right thing by your cousins and your friend for your birthday when you should have just been able to enjoy your birthday. Like that's
That's
the as your sister, like as your sister, I want you to have peace and I want you to have a great time. So even if I don't come, but send my little money, like little bit of money I got over, y'all buy her an extra round.
hmm.
Y'all do this, or like I said, pop by with breakfast. Whatever you can do with your budget is what you need to do with your budget, but you have to have a budget to do something. You can't just come and spend the night. Like that's
Right.
not
That means you packed your bag and found your way to New York.
anyway. Anyway, I'm broke and I see all y'all paying for this. I'm not gonna, but like this is not your 16-year-old sister,
No.
which God bless her. Like this is a grown.
A grown adult.
Then that grown adult needs to put some grown money on this grown trip that she was so grown to take. Like, what?
Like, girl, how'd you get here? And where's my
Right,
money?
right, right. If anything, the sister should have been like helping to organize this.
What? Uh,
And the other sister shouldn't have had to pay. The birthday girl,
you
Dolly,
know,
shouldn't have had to pay.
I have big feelings about these things, but I also
Yeah.
I understand my code of conduct is a little antiquated, and
Mine too, child, because
I
ain't
just
no way. Ain't no way.
it just it feels gross. But what do we name Dolly?
Dolly. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Dolly.
I know it's whack, and I know you hate it.
I'm sorry,
But
Dolly. You don't deserve this.
you gonna have a conversation with your sister and be like,
Mm-hmm.
listen, you owe me cousin Keisha and my homegirl Net some money
Not net.
because
Everybody has a net.
everybody has a net.
Hmm.
Where's my money and how did you get to New York and where did you plan to sleep
Right.
and how did you think that that was going to be free for you on my birthday?
On your birthday. Right.
Very, very strange behavior, but
Very truly. I'm sorry you have to experience this, love. Um, if she found the money to figure that out, she might as well find the money to take all y'all to brunch. Like
some
figure something else out.
and like Whitney said, it's not if you had come and said again, I'm covering I'm cooking breakfast for everybody
Mm-hmm.
while we're here.
I'll
Um
I'll provide the snacks for the
it
place.
You can't
something.
just show up and sleep someplace that you ain't paid for.
First of all, I don't like showing up to anything empty-handed anymore.
Because we're
I don't like
adults.
that. Like that don't feel right in my like I know my friends be like, "Oh no, just come." I'm like, "I gotta bring a bottle or
Bring
something."
yourself. But again, we are different people at a different age.
Different ages.
It feels weird. And your friend and your cousin are not crazy for bringing it up, and unfortunately,
They're not crazy for bringing it up because I would have been offended. Do you remember?
oh boy.
Because this was a real life. Were you at Earl's birthday dinner we did at Chima?
Oh yes, I was there.
Did we tell this story?
No, but you go right
No
on
names.
ahead.
No
No
names.
names.
No names. So my husband, y'all, all right, there's three main characters that y'all know in this story, and then we're not telling you anybody else's names. Um, sorry, Dolly, we're done with your letter. My husband, character number one, had a birthday.
Yes.
I, character number two, decided we all gonna go out to dinner. We're gonna go do something nice. It's gonna be cute. Let's go to Chima because he wants to go to Chima. He likes meat. He
Yeah.
does. He does like meat. Loves to eat. Just a hunter gatherer. That one. Anyway, I'm sorry. I shouldn't describe my husband.
All good.
Rita was there, and
I was I
a
was
bunch of
present.
our beloved friends were there, including a very close friend of my husband's. There was an understanding at the table. There was an understanding that I don't think I had to mention.
There was a very clear and apparent understanding amongst every single adult
Every single
at
one,
this table.
every single one,
Continue.
that Earl was not going to pay for a damn thing. And that whatever he got, we were all going to cover in our own bills. So they're coming around, it's the Brazilian steakhouses, y'all. So they come around, they slicing and dicing. There's a little
There's
buffet.
steak,
It's
there's lamb,
deliciousness.
there's food
It's
everywhere.
so good. We're just enjoying. I think I was sick, like I had a cold.
Yes, you
And so
were
I
not
kept trying to
well.
I no, but I had to be there. And I was like, I'm trying to be. So I like stayed away from everybody so I wouldn't hack all over everybody's food. And there was that one period of time where I like went to the bathroom so I could properly cough and like not
You made it
pee all over the
happen.
place. I try.
You
No,
did.
black women all over the world. That's what we do.
Doing and
Um,
trying.
that's what we do. Um, and so his dear friend, as soon as the bill comes around, everybody's like settling up. And his friend makes it a point. Well, I only had XYZ. And I felt in my sickness, in my sick days, I felt the problem.
So
Because I
let
was like,
and here's where I'll jump in. Because again, as Whitney stated and as I stated, we all were under the agreement that we were all going to split this check evenly.
mm-hmm,
We're all adults. We
mm-hmm,
are here for our friend's birthday. We're
mm-hmm,
going to split this check evenly and ensure that as a gift to Earl, Earl does not have to pay his portion.
mm-hmm,
No, it's a Brazilian steakhouse. So the bill for just the food and the salad bar was the same for everybody.
mm-hmm.
They're
Everybody.
constantly bringing food out. The bill
Mm-hmm.
was the about the same for everyone.
Yeah.
The only thing that would cause a fluctuation in the bill would be drinks.
Yeah.
Nobody was ordering pitchers of margaritas. No
No,
one was
nothing like
ordering
that.
shots. I don't think anyone
No.
had more than two individual adult beverages.
Yes.
When the bill arrived,
Excluding me because I think I had like water the whole night because I was coughing.
because she's a Christian,
No, I was sick.
with everyone, the bill came. We divided it evenly
People
amongst,
started
let's
pulling
say
out their
there
cards.
were 8 of us.
Mm-hmm.
We were
Because it
all
was a big
prepared.
group.
We were all prepared to split this evenly. And this
Mm-hmm.
one person who called himself a dear friend of Earl
Called
decided
himself.
he was unwilling to split the bill evenly at his dear friend's birthday because he did not have an alcoholic beverage. And then it put us all in the situation where we had to do mathematicians math
Lots of
for a
math.
party of 8 to 10 because this gentleman decided he wanted to, at his friend's birthday, create a scene about the bill.
About a few drinks. So I'm looking around because I'm sick. And I'm looking around like I you know how you could feel the energy shift because we were
Yes.
vibing,
We were
people
having
were
a great
laughing,
time.
having a lovely time. And then I felt my dear, sweet, he wasn't my husband at the time, but my husband now say, well, you know, I could put a little, and I grabbed his leg.
No.
I grabbed his leg. I'm like, don't you say anything. I was like so sick. I was like, don't you say anything. And I think like the whole mood of the table just changed. And I don't think my friend group has probably like forgiven him for that.
No, and I never will. And I never will because the difference
They
for
was at
his
our
check
wedding.
came out to be a whopping $18 when we
It
did
wasn't
the
that
math.
much money.
The
It like
difference
wasn't
that
that
he
much.
paid, the difference that he paid after we did all of this math to exclude him, have his check taken out, bust
Hmm.
it down between the rest of the party for
Hmm.
his quote unquote dear friend came out to be, when I say $18, it was in no way more than $25.
No more.
No
No more.
more.
No more than that.
And I distinctly remember turning to my date at the time and saying, "Didn't y'all say this nigga was his friend? Is,
I
is
think you
this
said
his
it
friend
loud
or
enough for
not?"
everybody to hear.
I might have.
I heard that.
I might have.
I
Because I
think I
thought
looked
we
at
were
you
all
like,
Earl's friend here.
I'm like, I think I looked at you like, please don't do this right now. We will have our debrief later. But like, it was you. You know what? There's not a soft-spoken one of us
There
because
isn't.
everybody, like, I remember everyone's faces vividly
Because I
and
thought it was a
how
joke.
disgusted everybody was. And I was so sick. I remember being so sick. Like, I told him, I'm like, Earl, here, just take my card. Y'all just go down. Y'all just go eat. Have a good time. And he's like, no, please, I really want you there. I'm like, baby, I'm sick. He's like, please, just please. Because, like, even like if it gets really bad, fine. Like, but
We'll
like,
leave.
please just at least try. And so I tried, and I'm like in a stupor half the time, and I'm like trying to joke and like, but I'm sick. And I I remember that moment so vividly, like how the energy shifted. And I'm looking at each of my friends' faces because they're on in various degrees of what the fuck. Like, what is wrong with you?
I could not believe it. I just could not understand why this man would complicate and ruin dinner over $18. I just could not.
It wasn't even that great. Like it was like not a good time. Like, and I get those people who like want to stand up for themselves, like with the bill like being whatever. But like it'd be different if like everybody was getting like shit face wasted
We
and like
it was
disgusting.
not that event at all. It
We're not those
wasn't.
kind of people
We
either. Like that's not
we
who
were
we
not
are.
getting trashed at
Not at
the
Chima.
Brazilian steakhouse.
Now, if we were at home and people were drinking, that's their business.
Different story.
Different story.
But
Also, already purchased liquor, so
it
no one
I
would have to worry.
it oh it was, yeah, I'm never going to forget that. I've
See?
seen him three, four times, your wedding
Hmm.
being one of those
Hmm.
occasions, and I just shake my head and go, I can't believe
I don't think
this
half of
nigga
y'all
did that.
spoke to him. Just to be honest,
There was
I don't.
nothing to say. You've lost my respect as a human being. I will never respect that man again. Ever. Ever. Ever.
I can't like, and it's so funny just to think about that now. And like, if we're talking about
He
two drinks
made us
at
do the
Chima,
math. He
right?
made us do the math.
We had to, and they were like trying to close. I remember it was like so many other like
Yes.
things that kept happening. I'm like, oh my God, like why you suddenly made this about you?
You.
You suddenly made this about you instead of trying to keep the peace. And so, if we're talking about just two drinks, I can't imagine what these friends feel like having budgeted. Like when you plan these Airbnb like shindigs, you budget, you take your time, you like try to think all this stuff out, you plan this stuff out, and you turn around and the person who was very vocal about not having the money is just showing up and just can stay. Like I can't
I
imagine what they felt like.
probably how I did sitting at that damn table at Chima's. Like this motherfucker
Where
here.
it's not necessarily It's not necessarily the money, it's the
It's
principle.
it's the principle.
It's the GP.
It's the fact that somebody raised you and sent you out into the world, and this is how you conduct yourself
Mm-hmm.
amongst friends and
Mm-hmm.
family.
Mm-hmm.
That's the disgusting part.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I hope that his socks just roll down and never have the elasticity that they
That's not
deserve.
nice.
It's
Don't do
not, but it's
that.
also not harmful. I wish something
It's
very
not.
not
It's a
harmful.
mild annoyance.
May his socks always fall down, and may his pants, belt, buckle always wear too fast.
It's an annoyance,
Because
yes.
that's not a good friend. I think we can end it there because I'm
I
pissed
think
off
that's
again
good.
now. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you all have a great week. I hope that your friends are
Paying
not
their fair share.
not these kind of people, and I hope that y'all are celebrating women this month. We will catch y'all
Yay.
again next week.
Bye.
Bye.